I mean, you can just start with even Genesis 1 with the stones and the river and so on and so forth, and all the way to the end of the Bible with that holy city, the ultimate expression of this unique, universal building God wants, and that is simply a building of God and man, right? That God and man may be built together in life to have become one organic entity. So I'm not here to do all of this. My responsibilities cover the blending, but I think the reason I bring this up is I somewhat think that that building today, which is fully in the Bible, is experience and practice and gain through the blending. Do you think I'm correct to say that? It's almost like the practice of blending becomes a gateway for us to what? Enter into the experience of being built. And this morning you have these, I was with the Lord in these words, of course, in Ephesians, about being framed, fitly framed. You know, this is in Ephesians 2:21, I think. And of course in Ephesians 4:16, it says, out from whom, the head, all the body, listen to me. Firstly, we need to grow up into the head, no doubt about that. But out from that growth, or up from the head, into whom we have grown, we're being joined together. So you pay attention. We cannot be joined or framed or built together without each one of us growing up into the head first. Without that relationship, which is covered by the first three messages, without that organic union, without our growing into Christ in all things, personally, there would be no genuine building. There cannot be some real blending. But if we have, then we are in the head in this way, in oneness with the head in this way. We are being joined together. That's the only way. But notice, we're being joined together. Joined. See, this is a kind of a joined together. I don't know what is the word, to be fitted together, huh? To be fitted together. Everything just fits, you know. When I bring two puzzles together, when I bring two items together in a box that you have to assemble to become a piece of equipment or something, I don't need to go and shave and cut. They come ready to be joined, to be perfectly fitted together. So when it's once fitted, it can operate, you know, it can function, it can do things. The same thing with the body. We need to be prepared. We need to be grown up. We need to be broken. We need to be dealt with. We need the cross. We need the Spirit. When once we have a measure of this kind of experience, then we're ready to be fitted with one another. You see? And so this idea of joining is very, very important. In fact, this is about blending. Blending is about joining us together. No longer individual, no longer independent, no longer separate pieces, no longer even just members per se, but being blended together. We must be blended together. We must be built together. This is the only way God can gain the body. Like the song says, not the person spiritual in an individual way. God had plenty of spiritual samples over the centuries, but where is the body? Only a built-up body will satisfy his needs. And then being knit together. Knit has the thought of interweaving. My wife is a knitter. She loves to knit. Oh my, you know. the sweaters, the vests, the hats, really, really nice. I don't know a thing about knitting, and you know, they have all kinds of books and signs even about knitting, numbers. I have just no head for that. I have no brain for that. I'm not wired for that. But when I see these things in the what do you call it? The needle, am I right? One day it's kind of a piece like this, the next day it's the piece like that. Ooh, by the third day a hat comes out, and the fourth day there's a hat on my bed, you know. Whoa! That interweaving, you know, taking strands of the yarn, knitted together into something useful, knit together. So it's an interweaving. You cannot be a single yarn. It will never work. We need to be woven, right, with one another as members in the body. And it is only through this kind of joining and being knitted together we can operate. We can come into our function and operation in the measure of each one part, and that will cause the growth of the body. I think this picture should be very, very clear to us. Okay, with all of this, we can go into our outline today. Okay, in some places I will spend more time, in other places I won't, not because they are less